Good enough. Right? Good enough is good enough. Happy Saturday night to your viewer requested dinner. Hello, everybody out there in YouTube land. I'm going to say hi to a couple of folk real quick. My brother Doug and my sister-in-law Shar. They are watching at home on TV. And hello. So, we have got a request this time from the Crazy Dad Show. Uncle Les, Wild Man, Uncle Les. A few weeks ago, they sent me some recipes to do on the show, and I kind of forgot about them. So I went back through and I put them on the list, and his got chose for this week, which was not Italian, Hawaiian sausage casserole. So that's
Natalie's here, Janice is here.
Hi Natalie, hi Janice, good evening.
Nate.
Nate.
Nate and Wildman.
Nate Wildman, woohoo! Hey guys. I'm sorry?
Brandy.
Brandy, hello. Welcome in, folks. Saturday night, OG's kitchen. Gonna cook up that sausage Italian. No, I keep saying Italian. Why do I keep saying it? Hawaiian sausage casserole.
Keeper's Way.
Capers Way, good evening, sir. I'm glad you're feeling better, man.
Sergeant Dunn.
Glad that, I'm sorry, what's that?
Sergeant Dunn.
Sergeant Dunn. Hey, man. Glad you could make it. We are just getting things started. I'm getting my initial hellos in and so forth. Like I just said, we are doing Hawaiian sausage casserole tonight, and this was indirectly requested by Uncle Les at Crazy Dad Show. A few months ago, he had sent a few recipes, and I got to like one of them, and so I picked a couple more and I threw them on the list here, and his name, boink, came up when I pointed the old flying fickled finger of fate, if anybody remembers that. And so anyway, it's just exactly that, a casserole, and I'm going to let you know I am shooting off the hip on this one. I decided that I'm not going to go specifically menu specific on this or recipe specific, just because I haven't so far on any of my other live streams for a dinner request. It's I don't go online and look for a recipe. I just kind of do it as I go. And same thing with this one, even though I've never made a Hawaiian sausage casserole. So, but I'm going to get started and do the best I can. What do you think? And I would like to know what everybody else is eating tonight. I mean, it's obvious you know what we're having.
John's here. T-Bird and Reds is here. Hypocrite's here.
Wow, boy.
James is here.
Hi, folks. For those of you who are new, thank you for coming to OG's Saturday night viewer requested dinner. And how it works, if you are a subscriber and you're a regular viewer, pop out a suggestion of what you would like to see Old Guy make for dinner. This is always Mrs. Old Guy and I's. It's what we do on Saturday night. We make what you guys request. So, and I'm going to get my pan going here, get a little olive oil. I'm going to get these veg cut up. I got some red and green bell pepper, along with a little onion. I'm going to dice that up and get it sauteing.
Natalie had nachos for dinner.
Natalie had nachos. Oh, were they loaded nachos? What did you get them loaded on? My nachos ran amok.
John's having chicken fried steak with homemade mashed potatoes and gravy and corn on the cob.
That sounds like a really good dinner, John.
It does.
Sounds like my kind of dinner. Sounds like Mrs. Old Guy's kind of dinner too, minus the potatoes. Minus the taters, unfortunately. All right.
Taco salad for Caper's Way.
Taco salad, yum.
Leftover chili for Hypocrite.
Leftover chili. Red chili? Red chili with beans, or like green chili, or what kind of chili? I am curious. Pick up the scraps here, throw them in the bag, kind of keep things a little bit tidy. You would not believe the mountain of dishes Mrs. Old Guy and I had to do. It's been a really busy last couple of days. We kind of were in on this local Easter egg hunt and so forth for the kids, a little community picnic kind of thing. And the whole thing was put together in like 11 days. And Mrs. Old Guy and I spent the last 2 days just like we call it hard-boiled and dyed 13 dozen eggs. And
Yep, we boiled 15 dozen.
boiled 15 dozen. The other 2 dozen I made deviled eggs with.
Yeah.
And I made it like a tie-dye. In fact, I think I got a couple
Yep.
left. Let me show you guys.
So Natalie said just cheese, meat, sour cream, and hot sauce, nothing special. Hypocrite said red chili. Kasagi's here.
Who is?
Kasagi.
Kasagi, hello. I don't know where they are. I'd show you, but I'm not going to dig in the fridge. Anyway, they were pretty. All right, so let me get this cut up real quick. Get these into the pan. They will go into the oven, but they're not going to be in there long enough to really cook them the way I want them for this recipe. So I'm going to saute them out for a little bit. Kind of get them softened up a little bit. I don't want them too crunchy. Like I said, I'm shooting off the hip a little bit on this one. But I kind of have an idea of what I want, so. Try to make this particular meal as easy as possible in case anybody else, any of my viewers want to try it. It's not going to be like overly complicated or expensive or anything like that. So far, just peppers and onions, pretty simple.
So what actually is a casserole? Never heard of it before.
Okay, a casserole, it technically is anything in a casserole pan, which can be something like this, your regular baking pan. Okay, what makes it a casserole is that you bake it in a casserole pan in the oven. Other than that, that's really the minimal qualifier. I mean, most casseroles are made with like, let's say for instance, a tuna casserole, your tuna fish, some mushroom soup, some grated cheese, a little milk. And
You could cook it in a casserole dish too.
yeah, cook it well, a casserole. This isn't technically a casserole dish. Technically, I mean, this old guy can show you one. Go ahead, pull out that little narrow casserole dish that we got, if you think you can grab it. But anyway, a lot of times casseroles have like noodles or rice or something along that nature. Yep, a covered dish such as this. And they also have rectangular ones, but that would be a casserole. And so anything baked in this container is a casserole. That's pretty much it. Technically, if you wanted to, you could make beef stroganoff a casserole just by mixing everything together like you would for a beef stroganoff. Put it in the oven for a few minutes, maybe sprinkle some breadcrumbs on the top to get a little crunchy bits. That's, yeah, really.
Tim is here and ready to go.
Hi, Tim. Good evening, sir. Well, you guys had a pretty crazy live stream today, all those goofy things in your eggs. It looked like fun. That was a good idea.
Natalie said she loves casserole. I'm from the Midwest and we make everything a casserole.
Yep. So I am going to make this kind of a, I don't know, maybe with a little kind of a Polynesian sort of twist. It's going to have a little bit of tamari in there, just a splash of vinegar. I got some sriracha sauce, and that's going to be with a beef base. So I got a cup of beef base, and I mixed in a little bit of cornstarch in there so it'll thicken up.
Eli is here.
Hey, Eli. Good evening, sir. Glad you could make it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. By the way, Eli, I'm glad you're here. Your name came up with the old flying finger. And your request of bacon-wrapped corn dogs came up. So, week after next, you're up. Next week is one for T-Bird and my brother Doug. They're both fried things, so I put them together, and that is going to be fried, beer-battered shrimp and cod. And I'm also going to make some fried jalapenos to go with that. So that'll be a good night.
He asked, did I miss any oh no moments?
No moments so far. I had an oh no moment yesterday when I was, I put a couple of nice big short pork shoulders in my smoker, and when it come time to take them out, they were so done that one of them almost completely fell apart out of my container that I brought out to grab them. And it's like, oh crap! When I'm trying to keep it from falling on the ground, I'm burning my hand. Like, ugh. Like, I got it under control, and I managed to save all of it. And I was like, oh, I mean, it would have been a disaster. It would have been one of the whole pork shoulders. That would have been pretty disappointing. Easter Sunday tomorrow, of course.
Yeah.
Don't know what y'all are doing. Do y'all celebrate? You gonna have yourself like a leg of lamb? I know that's pretty popular to have a roast lamb or a little mutton. I remember my parents doing that a few times, but I don't think the family really liked it that much. So, most of the time it was like a ham. That was pretty common. If I'm right, Doug, if I'm wrong, call me, tell me I'm wrong.
Happy Easter, everyone.
Yes, happy Easter. Alright, so they're doing good. I'm going to shake just a little bit of salt and pepper in them. Just a little bit. Like that smell, sauteing peppers. Yummy. It's almost as good as sauteing chilies. Got to soften them up a little bit. Don't want them too crispy, too crunchy. I've got I got a Polish kielbasa to go in that tonight. And here in a bit, I'll dice that up into some pieces.
Natalie says that she wishes she was celebrating Easter this year, but she's unfortunately working mixes tomorrow.
Well, that's not good. But I guess, hey, if you gotta do it, you gotta do it. I worked many holidays over the years, being in kitchens especially.
Caperway wants to know how the puppies are doing.
They are doing great. 5 weeks old, and going like crazy. They're really playing good. And before they left their whelping box, Mrs. Old Guy put in a training pad for puppies and let them use it a few times, and then we pulled it out and moved them out of their whelping box. And we put out a couple more of those puppy pads, and I would say they use it 80% of the time. So it's a really big help. They're doing really, really well.
Eli says, OG kitchen free. Number one, make sure that you decorate your gingerbread house real good.
Yeah.
Number two, bacon makes everything better. And number three, he who uses cheap pastry bags shall clean the walls.
Yeah. That was definitely an oh no.
And T-Bird says, nice, he'll be here to watch it.
Awesome. All right.
Never says, the life of retail, no holidays off.
Yeah, I hear you. All right, I'm going to deglaze that with a little white wine. And I'll probably do it again. We'll see. I definitely need those to soften up. I mean, I want them floppy. Was that appropriate? I hope it was. Alright, guess I'll take a minute and cut up this sausage. Might as well. That's what I'm here for. And I am pretty hungry. I ate lunch at about 11:30. It sure was fun watching the kids at the Easter egg hunt. Now, there isn't a lot of kids in our town. I mean, there's like 100 people in town, including the children. So, there's maybe, I don't know, 15 to 16, you know, young enough to want an Easter egg hunt. There's a couple of teens that, you know, wouldn't bother, but. So it was fun. Almost all the kids in town showed up. We had, I don't know, a few, you know, about probably 15 or so adults. And out of a town of 100 people, that's not a bad showing, considering how nobody really had any real prior notice, because it was such a last minute thought. But it turned out great. Ain't that right, Mrs. Old Guy?
Yep. Right.
Alright. You're smelling good. I'm going to try a bite of one of these here, just to see how close to done I am. Try and find a smaller one.
Tim said Easter egg hunts is always fun with the kids. And Eli says, I love recipes that use wine. One third of a bottle for cooking and 2/3 for the chef. Sean's here.
Sean, good evening. Glad you could make it, man. We are just cooking up on these peppers and onions, red and green bell pepper, a little onion. Sauteing it up, deglazing with some white wine, getting this, getting some flavors built up for our casserole. Yum! Excited. Casserole. It's just fun to say casserole. Oh, it's casserole today. It's Casserole Friday. You know, you've heard of Casual Friday. Where'd you run away to, Mrs. Old Guy? You getting a puppy?
I know.
Ah, Mrs. Old Guy's getting a puppy. Oh, puppy. Let's see who she brings. Let's see which one she brings. Who have we got? Oh. This is our littlest girl. She's the littlest out of them. Look at that little face. Look at that little face. She's so cute. She's all white except for, I don't know if you can see the spots on the back of her ears. Say bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Mom's saying, well, what are you doing to my baby out there?
Yeah, puppies are doing really good. Polly's only having to feed them once a day now, so pretty soon she won't be feeding them at all. They'll be on their puppy food. They're all doing really well, eating and drinking just like they should. So things are, they're doing super good. Yes, they are. All right, let me get a little bit of trash out of my way. I'm trying to keep it a little more cleaned up tonight.
She is a cute little thing.
She is.
They love her. They're all saying how so cute.
She is. She is my little dearie. She was the firstborn, but she's the smallest.
Yeah.
I'm not going to call her a runt because she's not. She is smaller than the rest, but she's growing and doing good. So she probably will be about the size of her mama. Her mom, when we picked her up at 10 weeks old, she weighed 14 pounds. Chumley, on the other hand, when we picked him up at 10 weeks, he weighed 15 or 25 pounds. So big difference in their sizes.
So I said, if you had to give one up forever, brisket or French dip sandwiches?
If I had to give one up forever, either brisket or French dip, it's not fair. It's like asking, do you want to chew with your upper teeth or do you want to chew with your lower teeth for the rest of your life? You ain't getting both. And imagine that'd hurt. Boy. Eli, you got me over a barrel because I've even had brisket French dips. That was phenomenal.
Sean said, hey Tom, you're making old-fashioned goulash. We made goulash tonight.
You made goulash? Love goulash. In fact, we had that like 3 or 4 days ago. Deb made some goulash. Yep. So I got the old Polish sausage here, and I'm just going to start cutting this up into some pieces to get in that sauce. The sauce is coming here pretty quick.
Jenna said, Eli, tough, but probably French dips. And Eli says, I'm also stealing that Keith joke, LOL. Sean said that was supposed to say that we should make old-fashioned goulash.
Okay, yep. Deb's putting it on the list. By the way, guys, just by number of requests, some folks are probably going to get their names are probably going to come up more than others, simply because they have requested more items, and the more items that you request, that's by your name, the bigger the chance is that you're going to get one picked. You know what I mean? So, not that you're not going to get your meals picked, it might take a while at that rate. So.
T-Bird says, nice, I'm still watching. I'm making hot pastrami sandwich.
I love pastrami. As a matter of fact, not too long ago, I made pastrami. I did a video on it.
He said, cute pup, I'm melting with love.
I did a little video on it. It has turned out amazing.
Yep.
30-day brine. All right. Those peppers look good. So I'm going to add, got a cup of beef broth. It's got just a little bit of cornstarch in it, so it'll kind of thicken up some. I'm going to add a little bit of this sriracha. I want a little spice to it. little bit of this tamari. Not today, tamari. A little bit of tamari. For those of you that may not know what tamari is, it's essentially soy sauce, but it's brewed with no wheat. Regular soy sauce is soy and wheat, and this is just soy. So it's a gluten-free product. For those of you that may need to be gluten-free. All right. Get that stirred in. I'll give this a taste here in just a second. I'm also going to add just a little bit of pineapple juice. I just decided canned pineapple. Like I said, I'm trying to make this one pretty easy. Just so like if anybody wanted to do it that may not have a lot of cooking skills, it'd be pretty simple. Alright. There's some of that juice in there. Excellent. Now I'm going to add a couple of the chunks. Gotta have them in there. Didn't want to add them too soon though. I didn't want them to turn to mush. Alright. There's a nice few chunks of that. Looking good so far. Last part of this deal. Put the sausage in. Put in the sausage. All right. Got that sausage in there. I'm going to just let that warm through for just a second. All my utensils are all over here. Okay, give this a quick stir. This will definitely warm through once it gets in the oven. I just want to mix it in here so it's kind of equally put together. I'm going to give the sauce a taste. Yum. That's pretty good sauce. Could use a little bit more.
Crazy Dad said Nate is having some peanut butter brownies for dessert. He's making me hungry. And Sean said that he goes, hey Tom, I'm sending you 3 more sauces. Demon Wolf, Swamp Water Heat, and the new one, Mama's Wolf, Watermelon Heat.
Wow.
Ooh, those sound good.
They do. I'm gonna add a little bit of brown sugar in there. Not a whole lot. I don't want to make it overly sweet. Okay. Mixed in here. That sounds good, Sean. Man, I'll tell you what, those sauces that you sent me so far, those last batch.
They're hot.
Woo! I'd say they're hot. I'd say. All right. So, dump this in a bigger pan so I can mix
Fluffy
this.
bearded man here.
Who's here?
Fluffy bearded man.
Hey, Robert.
Yum, yum, yum. Yum, yum in your tum.
Not quite yet, but it's getting there. All right, I got just some regular rice cooked up here. Yes, Janice, in a pan. I'm just going to kind of dump that in and get it mixed up. And then we'll go into the casserole. Okay. I'll set this over here. Mix it up. I might have to get the bigger pan. Uh-oh. Yeah. 5-second rule. Yeah, give people something to talk about. Guy, did you see what old guy did? All right.
Sean said the Demon Wolf and Swamp Water Heat are the hottest ones. I have the new one, and it's not hot. It was a habanero beef.
Okay. Hey, well, I'm looking forward to them all, you know, regardless. So, you give this another taste.
Says that's amazing. I rarely ever see rice made in a pan.
Well, stick around. You're going to see it more often. All right, that sauce is good. I'm not going to put any vinegar. I like the way it is, the way it is. It's just, it has a really good flavor. My little casserole pan. Just a baking pan. Let's see, hope it fits. Let's hope it fits. Oh, again, I think that's the same dang one that jumped out last time. Fine. Oh yeah, that does look good, doesn't it?
It does. That's a full pan.
That is a very full pan.
Hope it don't leak all over my own.
Some say would be too full. Well, I can put something under it. How about that?
Okay.
I don't want to make Mrs. Old Guy mad, folks. You know, you don't understand. Oh, you know, deal with wifezilla.
Yeah, right.
I mean, her back kind of hunches up, and these big spikes come out. You know, and the claws. She feeds on husbands and children.
T-Bird says, I make a Mr. and Mrs. OG playlist. T-Bird says, 3-second rule.
3-second rule.
Looks really good.
Okay. So, I decided that I am going to, just for the heck of it, top this thing with a little puff pastry. Now, normally, and I know you guys know this, I would just make my own, which I do all the time, but on this occasion, I decided that for convenience and just to show, you know, folks how you could do it otherwise, I decided just to buy the puff pastry, and I'm making a huge mess of it getting it out of the pack here. Open it all the way.
Eli said that he uses a pan for rice too. That's all he uses. T-Bird said 3-second rule. Bring you a puppy in the kitchen.
Okay, just gonna throw that on the top. Cut this little bit extra off. Oh, let go of it now. Put this extra piece right here.
Janice says, Eli, my family has been using a rice cooker since before I was born, and I'm not young anymore.
Well, you know, I imagine if we ate rice as often,
Yep.
you know, as you do, we probably would do the same, but I don't know.
And it's just us, and we don't eat a whole lot of rice.
No.
So it's a small amount.
Okay, there we go. Into the oven. What do you think? How long should I give this to bake? I have no idea. Like I said, I'm shooting off the hip. Let's go 20 minutes. See what happens from there. All right.
Janice said, old guy, do you still have the cast iron pan that Mrs. Old Guy hit you with?
I've got the handle.
Yep.
I got the handle left. I do. She cracked me one good one, and that was it. Broke cast iron frying pan. Grab from the storage bag. Uh-oh, what did I do?
Okay. I
What
will
did,
do so.
what did I do?
Okay, bye. You didn't put a cookie sheet in there with the. I noticed it, but I wasn't going to say anything.
Well, you should have. I
But
mean,
your
you got,
brother did.
yeah, I guess he took care of it for me. Thanks, Doug. Hey. I don't normally have to do that to a casserole, but sorry. Okay, everything better? Are we okay? It's in the oven.
And Sean says you've got to put the pan in underneath it. Mrs. Old Guy is going to get you.
Probably.
See, Sean's watching out for you too.
Thanks, Sean. Hey, man, I appreciate the help. I really do. You know, and if any of you guys notice me screwing up like that, all you got to do is, hey, Tom, you know, and let Mrs. Old Guy know. She's not afraid to tell me. Not at all. All right. I'm going to slide this up here and sit down for a minute.
So we have a minute?
We have a minute.
Okay, we'll grab another puppy.
Okay. In fact, we've got about 17 minutes. I'm going to show you another puppy. How's that? Oh, drink of water. He's been really busy. Up early this morning to get ready for the kids thing. Let's see. Along with the 15 dozen.
These are the last two. Got him?
Got him. Ha ha. Just look at these babies. Look at the puppies. Aren't they cute?
This one's got a little brown on him, and this one's got one spot of black on his back,
Yep, right there.
and a couple spots on his ears. Very small.
And this guy, he's got an auburn nose. Everybody else has got a black nose. He's got an auburn nose. He's got a little spot on the back too, but it's brown.
They take after Daddy.
They do. Ooh, you
Oh.
got him?
Yep.
Okay. There are two of our boys. They sure are cute. And it's so nice that they're just using the puppy paper. Or mostly. So, but anyway. But between the regular hard-boiled eggs and the plastic eggs filled with candy, we had well over 300 eggs in this park, and there was only maybe 15 kids in total. So everybody, I mean, there was this one little girl had a ice cream bucket. And that thing was so heavy she could hardly carry it. Both hands, ooh, it was filled to the top. It was really fun. It was a lot of fun to watch. It was a lot of fun to be part of. We're hoping that next year, with a little more prior planning, we might get more kids. Maybe do an egg dye contest, and, you know, some other things like that. We were going to do some games. But just never kind of came together. We wanted to do the spoon game with the egg in the spoon, you know, and the egg toss. But, yeah, like I said, this year they just didn't happen. The weather partly had to do with that. It was a little bit windy and a little bit cool, so. And that it just kind of got lost in all the other commotion. So, but next year.
Keeper's Way says, "Oh my precious, they are adorable. Oh my, I want one." Sean says.
Yeah, they are cute little guys, and like I said, they're on their way already to be potty trained. So that's awesome. Like, it makes Mrs. Old Guy and I's life a lot easier, not having to clean up every single mess that they make in the room, where most of it's on the puppy pad, where it's real easy just to pick up and replace. So everything all right there, Mrs. Old Guy?
Yep.
All right. Just making sure. Just making sure. Summer months coming up. Yay! Who's a camper? Who likes to camp? Do any of you go camping?
Tim says, I'm sorry, Tom, but I'm going to have to leave. Someone is showing no respect, and I don't want to do this to your show. I'm sorry, everyone. Hope you have a happy Easter, everyone.
Okay. Was there somebody on our channel, Miss Olga?
James is saying stuff to Crazy
Well,
Dad.
then
He's
James.
asking if he's still here and saying guess what, and that he wants to explain himself after the show and different things. So.
Yeah, James. I guess Tim doesn't appreciate the extra comments or whatever. I don't know what's going on between you guys, but I would appreciate it if you didn't bring it to my channel. This is for everybody, for just to come in and have some fun, and I'm not looking for people to come in and cause hassles. So let this be your one and only. Okay. After that, then we'll take care of it ourselves. So, all right, coming up, we got a whole 12 more minutes. Can I take a peek? I hope that puff pastry puffs. The oven isn't quite as hot as it should be for the puff pastry. It calls for 400, but I didn't want to bake it that quick. I wanted to have some time in the oven, so 375.
Keeper Way wants to know, how is your weather in Colorado this weekend?
It's not too bad, really. It's been cloudy and a little bit windy, but it's been in the upper 50s, low 60s, off and on through the week. We kind of got threatened with rain a couple times. Looked like it might, but it didn't. So it's been okay. The typical spring weather here. It snowed a few days ago. That's just what happens in spring here. So, but it's good, and it's slowly starting to turn. I was out at my smoker yesterday, and it felt good. It felt good. Uh-oh. Go bark, guys. The enemy is at the door.
Natalie says, I'm not a big fan of camping. The last few times I went, it thunderstormed.
Yeah, that's no fun when it just
James.
rains on you.
James said, my bad, I will deal with it outside of this. Didn't mean to disrespect.
It's all good. I appreciate that. Well, yes. Camping is fun when you want to, and I guess if the weather is permitting, We haven't been for quite a while, now that I think about it. We got all the stuff, the tent and everything, but where we live is so close to where we would go camping anyway. It's just as convenient to go up there for the day and then come back home. Yeah, that's one thing about living where we are. We're so close to so many of the beautiful mountain passes and so forth that are here in Colorado. So, no sense to go camping when you live 30 minutes away. We do go up and on picnics and stuff like that, little day trips. Those are a lot of fun. The dogs really like it. And if anything ever happens with our gas prices, Mrs. Old Guy and I really want to take another trip back to California. We went last October, but we were only able to stay a couple of days, so it was a really short trip. We want to do that again. We got to meet Janice and her husband, it was, it was good fun. They showed us around. So we're looking forward to maybe getting that done again. We will see.
Natalie says that she recommends Yogi Bear campsites in Indiana and Wisconsin.
Yogi Bear campsites. I've seen them. I think just ads for them, but I've not actually been to one. I think the last cartoon one that I went to, I think, was the Flintstones. Was it the Flintstones? Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah. It's been quite a while ago. I'm not even sure I remember where it was. Maybe South Dakota? Is that where that was? Do you remember?
I think so.
Yeah, might have been up somewhere in the Mount Rushmore area. We've been up there a couple of times. Wow, it's really fun. If none of you have ever been to to Mount Rushmore, you should definitely check it out. It's really a neat place. How much time? 8 minutes. Ooh.
So T-Bird said something, I don't know. Don't mean to bring you down. My brother on his 10th BD got a nail in his eye from the apple on a string. Hope it helps someone.
I'm not exactly sure what you mean by that, but sorry to hear if somebody got injured.
Caperway wants to know, do you guys ever come to Canada?
We've talked about it. I haven't been to Canada since I was, I think maybe 10 or 11. I went on a trip with my dad up to Vancouver. That was very memorable for me. I remember how beautiful of a place it was, at least, around Vancouver. But, Mrs. Old Guy and I talked about going to Canada a few times. We've got some other friends that live up by Toronto, the Niagara Falls area there, about 30 miles away. King something or other. I can't remember the name of the town. Kingsford or
Yeah, I don't remember.
King. Yeah. So we would like to.
Yeah.
The only problem is traveling with these guys. Come on.
Janet says if you guys come out again, we'll do some food adventures and some touristy stuff.
Yes, it's exactly what I want to do. Both. Some of both.
Yep, we had a lot of fun with you guys.
We did. Chumley. Okay, yep, Chumley the Wonder Dog. Here, let's get your smile on. You don't want to do it. You want to hop down? Thank you. Big lummox. Oh, I don't know if you can see that. He likes to just lift up one leg and park it on my leg. Because it's his way of sitting on my lap. Oh man, yeah, California would be fun again, and of course on the way to California we gotta go through Nevada, and I plan on stopping. And we tried to last time we went to stop and meet Sean in the back. Didn't happen the last time, but hopefully the next time we go, we'll be able to meet, do a little video or something. At least share some food. Speaking of food, 5 minutes. I'm tired of waiting. I know I've said it before, but this is my dinner, and we usually eat earlier than this, so by the time Saturday night dinner rolls around, I'm ready to eat. If I had I placed my order, I don't see any food in front of me yet. That kind of attitude, you're not gonna.
Jenna said hopefully next time you come out, Val can join us.
That would be fun.
And Sean said, oh, it'll definitely happen this next time.
Great. I would really like that a lot. Yes, I would. It'd be a lot of fun. Yeah, I'd like to meet your mom, and I'd like to meet Heather. So, I think that'd be a lot of fun, Sean. I really do. And going back out to meet Janice and, you know, hanging out with Val too, that would be great. You know, I could see the three of us doing some videos. Kind of like you and Val and Matt made a few videos there, Janice. The ones I specifically remember are the nuts, the extreme nuts, I think, the almonds. Or I don't know if they were the extreme or the bold. Maybe it was both, but yeah, doing a video kind of like that would be great. I'd really enjoy that.
Yes. Janice says you need to speak to the chef.
Who's the chef? Me? If I gotta talk to myself, I'm gonna lose it. I'll lose it. I won't know where anything is.
T-Bird says it's a party game for kids. Apple on a string. You try to bite the apple without using your hands. He pulled the apple down and the nail stuck in his eye.
Ooh, I'm sorry to hear that. We did kind of a thing like that for Halloween, except for it was a donut
Yep.
tied to a string, and the trick was to eat the donut without any of it falling to the ground. If it did, the whole donut was disqualified. It's 3 minutes to eat as many as you could. 3 minutes for 3 donuts. That was a pretty good challenge. Safe enough.
Yep.
No nails involved. I'm sorry to hear that.
Janice says yes. Shooting collapse is fun.
Yes. Here they are. And, we need to do some more, and when we go next time, I'm hoping that we have a longer stay. At least 4 days would be nice. It's hard to travel with 2 big dogs, so we'd have to find somebody to take care of them here at the house, and that would probably be my son. So.
Natalie
Really?
says, what's your favorite show on TV right now?
I don't know that I can give you a fair answer to that, Natalie, just because where we live, we don't get TV. We watch like we've got HBO and Amazon Prime. We watch a lot of YouTube videos.
Yeah.
So there's some shows on there that I liked, but yeah, I don't know if that really counts. Yeah, they're not really TV shows. So
Janice said Nate was really good at the donut game.
he was. He whipped that baby good.
And the Caperway says, I think it's almost done, Tom. It's starting to smell so good. Smell-o-vision.
It is smelling good. And as a matter of fact, we've got only about 1:20 left. The puff pastry is puffing.
Janice says, oh, we need to go to the Goldilocks for Filipino food.
Oh, yes. Yes. Is that where you and your friend, I can't remember his name, you guys did a few videos there, and I was like all drooling about about the video. I mean, that just looked, the food looked amazing. So, yes, if it's that place, I want to go.
Caperway said, Cusar? At Yellowstone for him.
Yellowstone?
That's where he lives.
You live in Yellowstone?
Canada.
Oh, Canada. Okay, right, okay. And what part of Canada is that? Yeah, is it kind of in the central, or I really don't know much about the provinces in Canada, other than I know that Alberta is on the west and Toronto's on the east, and that's about all I know.
Natalie says, yes, that counts. I recommend The Crown on Netflix if you have it.
The Crown. No, I don't. We don't have Netflix currently, but I switch around. I'll watch, like I'll do Amazon Prime for a few months, and I'll get tired of what's on there, and I'll switch over and I'll go Netflix for a while, and then I'll get tired of there, and I'll, so I will get there. There was several Netflix series that I like. Hell on Wheels was really good. Spartacus. I really like Spartacus.
Ozark. Caperway said Ozark.
Say what? I'm sorry?
Caperway said he lives in Ozark.
Ozark.
And Janice said yes, his that guy's YouTube name is Adventures of an Average Dad.
Yes. Yes.
And Caperway says he's 2 hours from Toronto,
Okay.
Stratford, Ontario.
Okay, right on. Well, so yeah, if we go up to Canada, you would definitely be in the vicinity of where we would be going. So.
And Eli says, I heard Vancouver is one of the most beautiful places in North America.
Oh. I was just young, and I remember, just how impressive it was. All right. So, guy, are you gonna want a fork or spoon?
Either one.
Either one, huh?
Not that spoon.
Yeah, the puff pastry cooked up all right. Puffed up reasonable. Now if I can get this stuff out of here. Ooh. Oh no, good thing it was empty, huh?
Yeah. There's your oh no.
There's your oh no. Dear. Oh no. Not as good as that gingerbread house catastrophe, though. That was a good oh no. All right. So I'm going to set this aside, and we'll give you a peek at what this looks like. Where'd my other holder go? My fingers will work for a second. No! That's hot. Fork. There you go, Mrs. Okay.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. There we go, folks. Uncle Les, your Hawaiian sausage casserole via old guy way. Now I can't wait to try it.
Caperway says looks delicious.
We're gonna find out. Now, I'm not gonna be dumping a bunch of hot sauce or squirting tinctures on it.
Yeah, that's some crazy stuff.
Man, I couldn't do it. My hat's off to you guys that can handle that really hot stuff. I mean, I have a hard time with a little dab of, like Sean's hot sauce, man. It'll wipe me out. You guys are eating these millions of Scoville units.
Janice says looks delicious.
Thank you. Now I'm going to have to try it and see.
It's really hot.
Got a little bit of everything on here. A pepper, sausage, some rice. But I'm going to give it a second to cool off.
Caperway says, oh, come on.
Sorry, bro. I've seen some of the pain you go through.
Eli says, I love Hawaiian anything.
Well, I don't know how Hawaiian this is. I mean, just because it has pineapple.
Sean says, that looks good.
Mm.
Nate says, Wild Man says it looks good, and thanks for making his request.
Mm. 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 Wow.
Caper's Way says Sean saucers are so good. They are.
Mm.
Sean says I would probably definitely eat some if it was at least a bowl of it without hot sauce, and then I would try it with hot sauce. LOL. That's what I would do, or a tincture.
Well, what do you think, Mrs. Olguy? How'd it turn out?
It's good.
Turned out all right.
Uh-huh.
The only thing I could say that could use is maybe just a little more of the sauce.
Yep.
The sauce is really, really tasty. It's got a little bit of sweetness to it without it being a sweet dish. You know what I mean? It's just enough to taste it. Mm. Those peppers are cooked just at the point of being soft. Still some chew to them. And that sausage. The sausage picked up the taste of that sauce really nice. This is choice. Woo! Mm-mm. Wow. Got a bite of a hot pineapple. That was a lot hotter than I thought it would be. So next week, we got 3 things that's going in the fryer. We've got the beer battered shrimp, as requested by T-Bird. We're doing beer battered cod, as requested from my brother. And we're also going to do some fried jalapenos, battered and fried jalapenos. That was also another request by my brother, but they were all kind of right there.
Yep.
And so I just decided to do all 3 at once. So it's going to be a triple shot, a hat trick, if you were.
Caper's ways taken off. He's got to run.
Well, thank you so much for hanging out with old guy Saturday night.
Janice says I might try making this, but I think I would use Portuguese sausage.
That would be good. Not that I really know what Portuguese sausage is. Do tell, please. I don't think I've ever heard of Portuguese sausage. I imagine they have it, but I just never really thought about it.
And Eli said, thanks you guys for another great stream.
Thank you, Eli. I appreciate you coming in and hanging out with OG on Saturday nights. I really do. You know, without you guys watching, none of this is really, necessary. I just, so you guys are what makes my channel and what keeps me going on it. So I really appreciate you coming to see me on Saturday nights and hanging out like you do. I really appreciate it. So, as a matter of fact, I think I'm going to go ahead and call it good. Got another one done in that hour, so I think I've only had 1 or 2 recipes that I couldn't get done in the hour. Yep. So we'll see what happens next week. Anyway, I'll let you guys have a good week. Well, I'm not going to let you have a good week. I hope you have a good week. Do something nice for somebody. Help out a neighbor, mow their lawn, rake some leaves. If you got an elderly person that lives near you, maybe see if you can clean their gutters. Just do something nice for somebody. Okay? You'll have a good week, and I'll see you next Saturday. Bye now.